My beloved child, pause for a moment and quiet the noise in your heart, for I have drawn near to speak my words of peace and hope into the very core of your being. And as you breathe, I want you to sense my reassuring presence, covering you with a gentle embrace that transcends every human understanding and touches the depths of your spirit with boundless light. Even when you feel distant or burdened by thoughts that cloud your peace, remember that I, your Heavenly Father, hold you in my everlasting arms, protecting you from harm and guiding you toward the warmth of my divine purpose. Do not let your worries overwhelm you, nor allow the fleeting troubles of this world to steal the joy I have placed within you, for I am ever faithful in my watchful care, and I will not allow you to be consumed by the storms of life. I am here to guard your heart and whisper my unwavering love, reminding you that you are cherished, treasured, and irreplaceable in my sight, created with intention and formed by grace. Therefore, lift your eyes from your burdens and take hold of the promise that I am always with you, guiding your steps toward a future filled with hope, for I have designed you for triumph and not for defeat. You may have felt moments of isolation, as though you were standing at the edge of a vast wilderness with no clear path in sight. But do not be disheartened, for I have never taken my gaze off you, and my grace surrounds you like a shield that wards off every arrow of discouragement. I see the tears you have cried in secret and the quiet pleas of your heart, longing for answers and searching for solace amid the trials that weigh heavily upon your soul. Be not afraid, for you do not journey alone. Instead, walk forward, knowing I have gone before you, clearing the hazards on the road and preparing a place of refuge where you can find rest. I will hold your hand through every valley, and I will be your fortress in times of adversity, ensuring you do not stumble beyond recovery. Trust in my enduring mercy, for I am your strong tower, and I will sustain you, now and forever. You are more precious to me than you can possibly comprehend, a radiant jewel that reflects the splendor of my glory into the world around you, and I celebrate the uniqueness of your spirit each time you draw near in prayer or lift your voice in praise. In every thought you direct toward me, every small act of kindness that springs from a heart of compassion, I take delight, and I yearn for you to recognize how deeply you are loved. Do not wonder whether your value is determined by human standards, for I have fashioned you with a purpose that transcends any earthly measure, and my affection for you was set before you even uttered your first cry. Stand firm, knowing your worth comes from my heart, and when doubts attempt to overshadow your mind, look up and be reminded that my love remains steadfast and unchanging, guiding you like a beacon through every storm. I understand the weight of your daily burdens, those times when you feel stretched thin by responsibilities that seem to never end, and I know the quiet ache of wanting to provide for your loved ones, even when resources appear scarce. When the night grows silent and you find yourself awake with worries about tomorrow, I whisper, "Do not fear, for I am your provider and your protector, the one who watches over you with careful attention. I see you when you struggle, and I hold you when you weep, drying your tears with a grace that cannot be measured and granting you strength to rise again each new morning. Let your heart not be troubled by thoughts of scarcity or lack, for I hold the resources of the universe in my hand, and I am able to pour out blessings in ways that far surpass human expectation. Continue to do what is right, to be diligent and faithful, for I am the one who will supply every need and lead you into the fullness of my provision. Sometimes you look at others and wonder if you measure up, thinking that perhaps I favor them more, or that your gifts and talents are too small to make a difference. Yet I say to you, your gifts, no matter how seemingly modest, are precious seeds in my kingdom, capable of growing into mighty trees that provide shelter for many. Do not despise the small beginnings, for I take joy in the humble heart that offers me every bit of effort, trusting in my ability to multiply what is given. When you face moments of feeling overlooked or unappreciated, remember that I, the Lord, see everything, and every sacrifice you make is eternally significant to me. Take comfort then, and walk boldly, using what I have placed within you for the good of others and the glory of my name, confident that no labor of love is ever in vain. In your struggles with guilt, doubt, or shame, I plead with you not to stay bound by the mistakes of yesterday, for I offer my forgiveness in boundless measure, washing clean every stain through my mercy. I have watched over your life with tenderness, knowing that you stumble at times, but never turning my face away from you, for my grace is extended to those who sincerely seek my healing hand. It brings me joy when you lay your burdens at my feet, unafraid of condemnation, for my desire is to restore and renew the broken places in your heart, bringing forth beauty from the ashes of past regrets. Hear me clearly when I say, do not wallow in condemnation, for I have called you into the light of my presence, where your heart can be set free from the chains that once held you back. Rise in the knowledge that you are forgiven, cleansed, and loved beyond measure, and let no voice tell you otherwise. I recognize your devotion, the way you have steadily poured out your efforts to care for those around you, sacrificing your own comfort to bring warmth and security to others, whether they be family, friends, or strangers in need. Your hidden acts of kindness are like fragrant offerings rising up to heaven, and each time you extend mercy or compassion, you reflect my own heart to a world longing for hope. Do not think I am distant or oblivious to your labor of love, because my eyes are on you, and I treasure your willingness to be my vessel, even when it goes unacknowledged by those who benefit. Your sacrifices made in secret are recognized and recorded, and I assure you that I will reward what is done out of genuine love, multiplying back into your life an overflow of blessings. So continue to serve with humility, for in my eyes, the quiet acts of compassion are among the greatest demonstrations of faith. I know there are moments when you are confronted with the cruelty of the world, where injustice and violence seem to ravage the innocent, and your heart grieves for the brokenness you witness. In these times, do not lose heart, for my plan for humanity extends far beyond the present darkness, and my justice will triumph over every form of evil in due season. Though you may not understand why certain trials unfold or why certain prayers seem to go unanswered, trust that I see the bigger picture and orchestrate a plan that will ultimately bring redemption and restoration. Place your hope in me, for I will not forsake you to the chaos. I will strengthen your spirit, granting you courage to stand for what is right and pure. As you cling to me, you become a light in a dark place, shining with the brilliance of faith that testifies to my everlasting goodness. Do not fear your enemies, the naysayers who mock your beliefs or those who plot harm against you, because I am your strong fortress, and their words or schemes shall not prevail over the one who stands under my shield. Instead, come to me in prayer, and I will grant you a wisdom that confounds the proud, a gentle spirit that disarms hostility, and a peace that outlasts every raging storm. Let your heart be free from the shackles of bitterness, for resentment only breeds further unrest, while my spirit of love grants you the upper hand against all malice. Remember that your true battle is not fought with weapons of flesh, but with the power of humility, faith, and unwavering trust in my divine power. So remain steadfast in love, knowing I am your advocate, and I will bring justice in my time, ensuring your victory is secure. When the night feels too long and the dawn seems slow to break, take courage, for I work in ways that might be invisible to your natural sight, but are mighty in the realm of the Spirit. Seeds of hope are already germinating beneath the surface of your circumstances, preparing to burst forth with new life and fresh possibilities. Hold on to the vision I have placed in your heart, the dream that aligns with my purpose, for it will surely come to pass if you do not give up. Look for glimpses of my handiwork in the small daily blessings, the moments of unexpected kindness, the strength you discover in your own soul when you face adversity with grace. I am crafting a masterpiece from the scattered fragments of your journey, and one day you will stand in awe of how every thread was woven for your ultimate good. My beloved, do not allow the opinions of others to dictate your sense of worth or purpose, for I am the one who has called you by name and assigned you a destiny woven into the fabric of my kingdom. Though people may misunderstand your intentions or fail to see the sincerity in your heart, I, the Lord, know exactly who you are and what you carry within. Each time you feel rejected or unloved, remember that my love for you stands unshaken, an unbreakable covenant that no man can nullify. Keep your gaze fixed on me, for when you align your heart with mine, you will walk in the confidence that I am the ultimate author of your story. Trust in my affirmation, and let no earthly voice drown out the echo of my promise. I have chosen you, and I will never abandon you. When you gather your thoughts in prayer, whether in the quiet of your room or amid the hustle of daily life, I am right there, listening to every word, even the unspoken cries that cannot be expressed. Speak to me with honesty and vulnerability, for I already know the depths of your heart, and my desire is that you find solace in the act of sharing your burdens with me. Do not hesitate to pour out your doubts and confusion, for I am big enough to handle your questions, and I will respond not with anger, but with the warmth of my compassion. Let your prayers be a dialogue, for I yearn to whisper my guidance back to you, leading you gently along paths of wisdom and peace. As you seek me, you will find the answers you long for, though they may come gradually, aligning perfectly with my divine timing. Consider the lilies of the field, and how they neither toil nor spin, yet I clothe them with beauty beyond any human invention, and remember that I care for you even more deeply than these blossoms. Your striving and your worries can create walls of stress around your soul, but when you trust in my sovereign provision, a peace that surpasses understanding descends upon your heart. I delight in showing my ability to meet your needs in unexpected ways, turning what seems like a dead end into a fresh start. So let go of the tension that keeps you from fully resting in my love, and believe that I am working out the details of your life with painstaking care. I have not brought you this far to leave you stranded, and even the small wonders that unfold daily are reflections of my faithful presence in your life. I celebrate every time your heart opens to gratitude, for a thankful spirit unlocks blessings that pride or negativity would keep hidden. When you pause to acknowledge the good things, whether large or small, your perspective begins to shift, and my light can penetrate even the darkest corners of doubt. Gratitude is an act of faith that declares, I trust you, Lord, even when I don't see the full picture. And it transforms your trials into testimonies of my grace. Do not underestimate the power of a grateful heart, for it aligns your spirit with the reality of my constant benevolence, reminding you that every good gift ultimately flows from my hand. So stand firm in the practice of thanksgiving, and watch as your burdens grow lighter, your joy increases, and new doors open before you. I know how exhausting it can be to face temptations that try to pull you away from the path of righteousness, and I see the battle that sometimes rages within your thoughts, urging you to surrender to impulses that do not reflect my heart. Even in these moments, I provide a way of escape, a gentle nudge toward virtue that counters the allure of darkness. You are not powerless in the face of temptation, for I have placed my spirit within you, granting you the self-control and discernment needed to stand against the cunning whispers that lead astray. Do not condemn yourself when you stumble, but come back to me swiftly, acknowledging that I am always ready to lift you up and shower you with mercy. Each victory over temptation is a testimony of my strength in you, and each failure is an opportunity for greater humility and reliance on my grace. Look to the cross, my beloved, and behold the ultimate display of my love, for there I showed the lengths I am willing to go for your redemption, embracing suffering so that you might know forgiveness and freedom. When you feel alone or abandoned, recall this moment and see how devoted I am to bringing you into the fullness of life, cleansing every sin and healing every hurt. The cross stands as a beacon of hope, testifying to a love so powerful that death itself could not defeat it, and it remains a constant reminder that you are not left to bear your burdens in isolation. Let the significance of this sacrifice infuse you with awe and reverence, inspiring you to live in alignment with the grace that was poured out so generously. I offered myself so that you might know with certainty you are never alone, and my love for you transcends every limit. Even when your steps falter and you question the path I have set before you, do not lose sight of the truth that I have plans for your life, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. The waiting seasons can feel like deserts, stretching out interminably with no oasis in sight, but trust that I am building resilience in your character, teaching you to rely on me above all else. There is purpose even in the delay, for hidden in each trial is the chance to deepen your faith, refine your motives, and discover facets of my presence you would never know otherwise. Hold on to my promises with both hands and refuse to let the dryness of the desert convince you that you have been forgotten or cast aside. I am leading you forward step by step, and the moment will come when the desert blooms with flowers of blessing, reflecting the beauty of my perfect timing. You might find yourself wrestling with anxieties about your relationships, finances, or future, feeling a weight that compels you to control every outcome. But I say to you, surrender your grip on the steering wheel of life and let me be the pilot who navigates the uncharted skies. Worry will only drain your energy and blind you to the doors I open, whereas trusting in my direction will lead you into places of peace and security you could never find on your own. Cast your cares upon me, because I care for you more deeply than you can fathom, and in doing so, free your mind to meditate on the goodness I have already shown you. Release the urge to overplan and instead walk in daily obedience, finding that I will guide you through every turn with my gentle wisdom. My compassion extends to every corner of your life, from the greatest milestones to the smallest details, and I am intimately acquainted with your joys, sorrows, and secret desires. When you come to me in prayer, do not hesitate to share even the simplest of requests, believing that no concern is too trivial for my loving attention. I take pleasure in blessing my children, just as a father delights in surprising his little ones with gifts that bring them delight. Open your heart with confidence and trust that I will provide, whether it be through a direct answer or by shaping your desires to align more perfectly with my will. Stay alert to the subtle ways I speak and act, for sometimes my answers come wrapped in unexpected circumstances, teaching you valuable lessons about faith and gratitude. In times of deep heartbreak, when a loved one disappoints you or a cherished dream seems to shatter, I am there to comfort you, to hold your hand, and to guide you toward healing. Pain is never wasted in my plan, for I specialize in turning what was meant for harm into a catalyst for growth and deeper intimacy with me. Even in your sorrow, I am molding your heart to become more compassionate and resilient, equipping you to be a source of comfort for others who will walk through similar valleys. Do not despair as though your life is over when disappointment strikes. Rather, lean into me, allow my love to mend the wounds, and trust that new opportunities will arise from the ashes. I am an expert at resurrection, and what appears hopeless, I can transform into a testimony of my unending faithfulness. When you reflect on your past, you might see scars, some inflicted by others, some self-inflicted, and wonder if they disqualify you from a glorious future. Rest assured, those scars can become symbols of my grace, reminders of how far you have come and how persistently I have pursued you with my healing love. I do not despise your wounds, nor do I cast you aside because of your weaknesses. Instead, I invite you to bring every piece of your story to me, that I may weave them into a tapestry of redemption, shining my light through every crack. Take courage in the knowledge that your past does not define you, for I have the power to transform each broken area into a testament of my miraculous restoration. My child, do not be dismayed when you see others seemingly racing ahead in life while you feel stuck in place, for each person's journey is unique, and I have appointed times and seasons for every purpose under heaven. I am never in a rush, and my timetable is perfect, even when it contradicts the urgent demands of your own heart or the pressure imposed by society. Wait patiently on me, for as you do, your faith is strengthened, your character is shaped, and your roots grow deeper into the soil of my love, making you unshakable in the face of future storms. Timing is a crucial aspect of my design, and I withhold no good thing from those who walk uprightly, so trust that delays are not denials, but strategic pauses in my sovereign plan. Lift your head with hope, for my blessings will arrive precisely when the stage is set, and nothing can hinder what I have ordained. There are days when your soul feels parched, longing for a refreshing touch of my spirit, a new outpouring of hope, or simply the reassurance that I have not forgotten your prayers. In these moments, do not hesitate to seek me through worship, letting my presence saturate your heart like rain on thirsty ground. I inhabit the praises of my people, and when you raise your voice in adoration, however softly or haltingly, the atmosphere around you shifts, inviting my glory to dwell more richly in your midst. Do not rely on emotion alone, for true worship is an act of faith that declares my worthiness regardless of how you feel. Offer me the sacrifice of praise, and discover that I am near, drawing you close, ready to revive and renew you in ways you cannot yet imagine. When you feel a stirring in your heart to reach out to someone, to speak words of kindness, or to extend a hand in friendship, do not ignore that prompting, for often it is my spirit nudging you to be the vessel of my love. The world is in desperate need of the light that dwells within you, a reflection of my heart that can soften even the hardest of souls. Be courageous in your compassion, for love never fails, and the seeds you sow through simple acts of kindness may bear fruit long after you have forgotten you planted them. Remember that you are an ambassador of my kingdom, carrying the banner of grace into every interaction, every workplace, every home you step into. Take heart and stand ready to be used, for I will empower you to shine in dark places and to speak life where despair once reigned. Embrace the process of spiritual growth, understanding that it unfolds much like a plant, pushing up through the soil to seek the light. You may not see dramatic change overnight, but each act of obedience, each prayer, each moment spent meditating on my word contributes to your development in my likeness. Do not grow weary in well-doing, for the harvest will surely come if you do not give up. And the fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control will become evident in your life. I delight in watching you mature, and my heart rejoices with every step you take toward me, every new revelation you gain of my character. Keep your eyes on the eternal reward, for all that is invested in my kingdom yields dividends far beyond your present comprehension. Let nothing separate you from the awareness of my nearness, for the enemy will often try to isolate you, convincing you that you are forsaken, that no one cares, or that your prayers fall on deaf ears. This is a lie, for I am closer than your very breath, and I will never abandon you. When you sense the cold grip of isolation, lift your voice in worship or prayer, and let my light dispel the shadows in your heart. Remember my promise that neither height nor depth, nor any power in heaven or on earth, can separate you from my love. Rest in this truth and know that you are held securely in my everlasting embrace, shielded by my mighty hand. Live in expectation of my goodness, for your attitude of faith plays a significant role in how you perceive and receive my blessings. I am ready to pour out favor upon you, to open doors of opportunity, and to surround you with the right people at the right time. However, a heart burdened by cynicism or fear may overlook these blessings or dismiss them as mere coincidence. Therefore, lift your gaze and anticipate my wonders. For I am not stingy with my gifts, and I delight in demonstrating my glory through transforming your setbacks into breakthroughs. Strengthen your heart, for hope is a powerful force that aligns you with the reality of my unending grace, ushering you into experiences of joy that go beyond what your eyes can see. When storms rage and your faith feels shaken by the winds of uncertainty, picture yourself on a ship in turbulent waters, but remember that I am the captain who knows these seas inside and out. The waves may tower, the thunder may roar, but none of these elements can overpower my hand that steadies the vessel and charts the course to safety. Anchor your soul in my promises, recalling that the one who calmed the storm with a single word still reigns over every force of nature and every trial of life. Do not fix your eyes on the swelling waves. Instead, fix them on me, and watch as fear loses its grip, replaced by the quiet confidence that you will not sink. Cling to my faithfulness, for I am your peace in the storm, and I will bring you through to calmer shores. Do not fear the unknown paths that lie ahead, for I will guide you with clarity and gentleness, lighting your way one step at a time. Sometimes I reveal my plan in small increments, not to confuse or frustrate you, but to teach you dependence on me, ensuring that pride does not grow in your heart. As you follow my lead, you will discover that my wisdom far exceeds your own, and though the journey may involve twists and turns, it ultimately leads to the fulfillment of what I have promised. Embrace this process of revelation, trusting that my timing is never delayed nor hurried, but perfectly calibrated to coincide with your readiness. Keep an open heart and a willing spirit, for I am faithful to direct your footsteps, that you might walk securely in my will. My love is not only for your personal comfort, but also for the transformation of your community and your world. I have placed a commission on each of my children to be salt and light, carrying the virtues of my kingdom wherever they go. Do not underestimate your influence, thinking your role is too small or your voice too quiet. Speak truth when it needs to be spoken, extend mercy where others might judge, and model compassion in a world that often prizes self-interest. By doing so, you become my hands and feet, reaching out to the broken, the lonely, and the marginalized, demonstrating that my love transcends every barrier. Stand firm, for I will supply the courage you need, and as you serve others, you serve me, participating in the grand tapestry of my redemptive plan. I acknowledge every sacrifice you make, both large and small, knowing that you act out of love and a desire to honor me. There are times when you might question whether your devotion is worth the effort, or whether anyone even notices the quiet ways you give of yourself. Yet I see every tear, every prayer offered in secret, every dollar given when finances were tight, and every moment spent comforting someone in despair. These sacrifices shine like precious stones in my kingdom, for they reflect my own heart of generosity and compassion. Take solace in the knowledge that I am a just rewarder of those who diligently seek me, and nothing you do out of love will ever go unremembered by my divine accounting. I hear your cries for wisdom, especially when you stand at a crossroads uncertain about which direction to take. My word promises that if anyone lacks wisdom, they should ask of me, and I will give generously without finding fault. So open your heart and believe that I will guide you, either through a timely piece of advice from a friend, a verse of scripture that resonates deeply, or a subtle confirmation in your spirit that points you toward the right path. Even if the path seems daunting, take the first step in faith, and I will illuminate your way as you proceed, ensuring you do not stumble in the darkness. Trust that my counsel is perfect, and remain attentive to the gentle nudges I place in your spirit, for I do not leave my children to wander aimlessly. When people you have loved and trusted betray you, bringing pain and confusion to your soul, do not shut yourself off from love or harden your heart in bitterness. I fully understand betrayal, for I experienced it among those who walked closely with me, and yet I continued to love them with an everlasting love. The path of forgiveness is challenging, but it releases you from the prison of resentment, freeing you to live in the fullness of my grace. Hand over to me the hurt and anger you feel, and I will help you walk through the process of healing, reminding you that vengeance is mine, and I will repay. Keep your spirit open to new connections, for I will bring trustworthy companions into your life, and the scars of past wounds will become marks of courage, testifying to your resilience in me. Guard your thoughts diligently, for the battle often begins in the mind, where doubts, fears, and temptations take root before manifesting in actions. Choose to meditate on what is true, noble, right, pure, lovely, and admirable, filling your mind with the knowledge of my character and the promises in my word. When troubling thoughts arise, counter them with the truth of my love, declaring that you are not defined by fear, and that no lie can stand against the authority of my word. The mind renewed by truth becomes a fortress that the enemy cannot easily breach, allowing your actions and words to overflow from a place of spiritual alignment. Let this be your discipline, to think as I would have you think, so that you can live as I would have you live. I am the God who delights in new beginnings, in second chances, and in resurrection power that brings life where only death seemed possible. Whenever you feel that your situation is too far gone, or that you have exhausted all options, remember that I am the one who makes a way in the wilderness and streams in the desert. No matter how tangled the threads of your life may appear, I can unravel the knots and weave them into something breathtakingly beautiful. Lift your eyes from the rubble and look to me, for I excel in restoring what was lost, repairing what was broken, and resurrecting what seemed beyond hope. Believe in my ability to take even the darkest midnight and turn it into the dawn of a brand new day. My beloved, remain humble, for pride is a snare that deceives the heart, making you believe you are sufficient in yourself. Humility, on the other hand, positions you to receive my grace, which flows abundantly to those who acknowledge their need for me. Do not be afraid to admit your limitations or to ask for help, for true strength is found not in human self-reliance but in dependence upon my Spirit. When you lower yourself in sincerity, I lift you up, conferring a dignity and honor that this world cannot grant. Walk humbly before me, and you will discover that the greatest blessings often come wrapped in the simplicity of a contrite heart. I take great pleasure when you delight in my creation, for the heavens declare my glory, and the earth bears witness to my artistry. Whether it is the majesty of towering mountains, the tranquil rhythm of ocean waves, or the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze, all of it reflects aspects of my nature. As you immerse yourself in the wonders of creation, allow your heart to respond in praise and awe, recognizing that I am the source of every natural beauty. Let the splendor of the world around you draw you closer to me, reminding you that I am a God of infinite imagination and power, yet intimately concerned with the finest details of your life. Cherish each moment of wonder, and let it strengthen your faith in my providential care. Even in the midst of a chaotic and fast-paced world, I invite you to find pockets of stillness where you can attune your ear to my voice. In the hush of silence, distractions fade, and your spirit becomes more receptive to the gentle leading of my spirit. Do not underestimate the value of solitude, for it is often there that I share my secrets, depositing wisdom and peace into the quiet chambers of your heart. Make it a habit to withdraw from the clamor, even briefly, to realign your soul with my presence, and you will return to your daily tasks with renewed clarity and strength. Meet me in the stillness and discover that true rest does not require a change of circumstance, only a deeper awareness of my constant nearness. I see the questions that linger in your mind about your purpose, your calling, and the gifts I have entrusted to you. And I assure you that each life has been designed with intentionality in my grand plan. You were created with unique passions, abilities, and traits that set you apart. And these are not random, but are specifically meant to fulfill a piece of my divine puzzle. When you feel uncertain, remember that I delight in revealing my will to those who earnestly seek it, guiding them through open doors and closing those that would lead astray. Remain pliable in my hands, open to my direction, and trust that as you walk in obedience to my leading, your destiny will unfold in ways more marvelous than you could imagine. There is a place only you can fill, and in my perfect design, your life is indispensable. You may find yourself confronted by painful memories that resurface without warning, threatening to overshadow your joy and weaken your resolve. Instead of burying these memories, bring them to me, allowing my healing grace to enter the places where you still ache. Through forgiveness, reconciliation, where safe and appropriate, or simply learning to release the past, you can break free from the chains that hold you back. I do not wish to see you tormented by regret or bitterness. Rather, I yearn for you to walk forward unencumbered, with a peace that rises above every memory of hurt. Trust me to redeem what was lost or broken, and know that I am fully capable of crafting something new from even the most painful chapters of your history. In the body of believers, you are not alone, for I have designed my family to be a supportive network, reflecting my love through fellowship, prayer, and mutual encouragement. Seek out community, resisting the urge to isolate yourself, for isolation can lead to despair, while walking with others can reinforce your faith and bolster your spirit. Let others into your life, sharing both triumphs and trials, so that your burdens may be carried collectively and your joys celebrated in unity. Even as I support you, I desire that you support others, extending kindness and compassion, creating a ripple effect of grace. Remember that your faith journey is not meant to be traveled in solitude and in community. My presence is powerfully manifested. Take heart, dear one, when you see how fast the world changes, how technology evolves, and how societal norms shift. For I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. My word is steadfast, providing a moral compass amidst confusion, and my spirit is ever present, guiding you through modern complexities. Though you may feel overwhelmed by rapid change, do not forget that I am the unchanging rock on which you can stand, secure and confident in the face of uncertainty. Let my eternal nature be a source of comfort, reminding you that your foundation is laid upon truth that does not waver with the winds of cultural trends. I offer you stability in an unstable world, a safe harbor in the midst of constant flux. Celebrate the progress you have made, even if it seems incremental, for I rejoice in every step you take toward righteousness, every victory over temptation, and every instance of choosing faith over fear. Each moment you resist despair and cling to hope brings joy to my heart, affirming that your spirit is growing stronger and your roots are digging deeper. Do not be overly critical of yourself if you stumble or if your progress seems slow, for I see the long arc of your journey, and I am patient and compassionate. Rather than dwelling on your shortcomings, recall the times you have overcome, the times you felt my presence tangibly, and the times you witnessed answers to prayer. This celebration of small victories fans the flame of faith, fueling further growth and perseverance. My eyes roam throughout the earth, seeking those whose hearts are fully committed to me, and I yearn to show myself strong on their behalf. If you commit yourself to walking in my ways, seeking to honor me with your choices, your words, and your relationships, I will pour out blessing and protection upon you. This is not a promise of an easy life, but rather a guarantee that I will equip you for every challenge, turning potential defeat into glorious testimony. Keep your focus on me, for the more you gaze upon my righteousness, the less allure the world's distractions will hold. Let your commitment be steadfast, and watch as I align circumstances, open doors, and provide the resources you need to fulfill your calling. When discouragement tries to settle on your soul, painting your future in dull grays and whispering that your best days are behind you, remind yourself that I am the God who renews and revitalizes. I speak life into dead hopes, restoring color where it has faded, and animating dreams that you thought were lost forever. If you find your spirit weary, come to me, and I will give you rest, pouring into you a supernatural vitality that cannot be explained by human reasoning. Trust in my promise that I make all things new, and lift your head in expectation of the fresh season I am unveiling. Hold tightly to the truth that your life is cradled in my hands, and the story is far from over. I invite you to partner with me in prayer for the needs of others, allowing your compassion and empathy to fuel intercession that releases my power in their lives. Do not underestimate the impact of earnest prayer, for it can change the course of events, soften hardened hearts, and bring miraculous breakthroughs in what seems impossible. Your prayers do not go unheard. They rise before my throne as a sweet incense, and I treasure them because they reflect my heart of love for humanity. Whether you pray for a friend's healing, a nation's peace, or a stranger's salvation, know that I am at work, orchestrating answers that bring glory to my name. This partnership in prayer not only blesses others, but also deepens your intimacy with me as you learn to see the world through my compassionate eyes. Do not let prideful self-reliance trick you into believing you must always be strong on your own, for I created you to rely on me, and I rejoice when you confess your need of my strength. Embrace vulnerability and admit when you are overwhelmed or afraid, for it is in your weakness that my power is made perfect. When you are at the end of your own resources, you find that I am more than enough, ready to carry you through the challenges you face. Allow my grace to undergird you, to steady your trembling hands, and to infuse your heart with boldness. Through this humble posture, you will witness the wonders I can perform when a soul is fully surrendered. Take a moment to reflect on how far you have come, recalling the times I delivered you, provided for you, or mended what was broken. These testimonies of my faithfulness are anchors for your future, reminders that I have not failed you before and will not fail you now. When doubts arise, speak aloud the stories of my past interventions, letting gratitude flood your heart and displace worry. Collect these testimonies like precious stones, treasuring them as proof of my character and my devotion to you. In doing so, you fortify your faith against the storms, enabling you to walk forward with confidence and peace that surpasses understanding. I encourage you to look at yourself in the mirror of my love, not merely in the reflection given by the world's standards of success or beauty. In my eyes, you are made in my image, crowned with glory and honor, capable of bearing my light to those who wander in darkness. I do not judge you by achievements or external appearances. Rather, I look at the purity of your heart and the sincerity of your devotion. Recognize that your worth is immeasurable, rooted in a divine purpose that only you can fulfill. When negative voices, whether external or within, try to diminish your sense of identity, recall my truth. You are my beloved, eternally cherished. Cherish the relationships I have placed in your life, for none of them are accidents, and each one carries opportunities for mutual growth and blessing. Invest love and patience into your family, friends, and acquaintances, understanding that even the most difficult personalities can teach you valuable lessons in empathy and kindness. Reflect my heart of forgiveness and humility, even when conflicts arise, so that your actions may speak volumes about the transformative power of my love. I will guide you in building healthy boundaries where needed, while still extending grace without measure. Through these relationships, you learn to serve, to grow, and to embody my commandment to love one another. Whenever a door closes unexpectedly, do not rush to blame yourself or conclude that I have withdrawn my favor. Often, a closed door is my way of steering you toward an even greater opportunity or protecting you from unseen dangers. Discernment is crucial, and I will make it clear when it's time to knock again or when to accept that a particular path is no longer viable. Remain flexible and open to my lead, taking steps of faith even when the outcome is uncertain, assured that my plan for you is better than anything you could orchestrate alone. What seems like a setback can be a divine setup for the next chapter of your destiny. Recall that I have lovingly fashioned you for a relationship with me, not merely for religious ritual or routine, but for a living, breathing friendship that enriches your every moment. Come to me with spontaneity, share your joys and frustrations, invite me into your decision-making, and cultivate an awareness of my presence that transcends the boundaries of formal prayer times. I am not a distant deity, but a caring Father who wants to walk with you, talk with you, and fill your life with the richness of divine companionship. So break the mold of mechanical prayers and let your communication with me flow naturally from the depths of your heart. In this free exchange, you will find that I respond with clarity, guidance, and an overwhelming sense of peace. Though the mountains be shaken and the hills removed, my love for you will not be shaken, nor my covenant of peace be removed. I speak this promise over you because it encapsulates the unbreakable nature of my commitment. My faithfulness does not depend on your emotions or your performance. It rests on my own character, which is steadfast and true. Let this assurance calm the storms of anxiety that sometimes loom, whispering that you might have fallen too far from my grace. There is no distance you can wander where my mercy cannot reach, and no circumstance that can undermine my devotion to see you flourish in my kingdom. Stand upon this unshakable foundation, and let no fear rob you of the hope I offer. Each trial you face can become a stepping stone, an opportunity to discover new reserves of strength and deeper facets of my presence. I do not send adversity to crush you, but I can redeem every challenge, using it to refine and strengthen your faith. Like a refiner's fire purging impurities from precious metal, so your hardships can burn away self-dependence and open your eyes to my sustaining power. Do not shy away from the flames. Instead, trust that I walk with you through every furnace, ensuring that not a single hair on your head is harmed in the way the enemy intends. Embrace the lessons in the heat, and know that on the other side you emerge purer, shining brighter, and more aware of my glory in you. Make it your ambition to live quietly, and to mind your own affairs, working diligently with the gifts and opportunities I have entrusted to you, so that your life becomes a testimony to those who do not yet know me. In a world hungry for authenticity, your integrity, honesty, and gentleness will speak louder than any sermon. Let your actions be consistent with your faith, giving substance to your words and demonstrating the transformative effect of my Spirit. As you care for your responsibilities and your neighbor, you create an environment where my love can flourish, inviting others to taste and see that I am good. In this way, your light will shine before others, and they will give glory to me. Whether you are in the midst of great celebration or profound struggle, remember that I am the constant thread weaving through every season of your life. I rejoice with you when blessings overflow, and I comfort you when sorrow weighs heavily on your heart. Do not compartmentalize your spiritual life, thinking I am only concerned with your devotions or religious acts. Rather, invite me into every aspect, from your workplace to your hobbies, from your laughter to your tears, allowing me to shape and guide your entire experience. This holistic fellowship is what I have always desired, a deep bond that intertwines your life with my love, forming a tapestry of grace that testifies to my faithfulness in every chapter. As you near the end of these words, let the seeds of my promises take root in your heart and allow hope to flourish there, becoming a source of renewed courage and unwavering faith. I have not spoken lightly, nor have I withheld any good thing. Rather, I have poured out my words as a gentle rain to nourish and strengthen you. Believe that your life will reflect my goodness, that your story will shine as a beacon of my grace, and that your future is secure in the palm of my hand. No matter what challenges arise, you possess my Spirit within, empowering you to overcome every trial with resilience and perseverance. Stand tall in my presence, beloved child, for I have called you, and I will remain faithful until the very end. Therefore, walk forward now with a quiet confidence, knowing that I, your God and Father, am upholding you, blessing you, and surrounding you with my never-ending favor. Treasure these truths and let them guide your decisions and your daily interactions, reflecting the light of my love to all who cross your path. Embrace the future without fear, for I have already gone before you, smoothing the rough places and equipping you to flourish in every season. You are loved beyond measure, always held within my hands, and nothing in all creation can sever the bond we share. Step forth in my peace and anticipate the wonders I have yet to unfold in your life, for truly, the best is still to come.